Oh boy, you're gonna have to strap yourselves in for this one, because, I mean, do I really need to elaborate? It's a fucking Meg Thee Stallion album, and anytime Meg Thee Stallion drops a fucking trash-ass album, for some reason it gets an insurmountable amount of praise to the high heavens, and you know what? I'm sick of it. So yeah. So what's poppin'? It's Canine Senses, but you already know the rest of the sentence. Shout out to all the real hip hop motherfuckers alive, who are keeping this platform alive. In the words of Graph, real ones connect worldwide. Shout out to all of y'all. So before we get into this album, man, before we rip this fucking trash ass album to shreds, don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also follow my social media. And don't forget to follow me on SoundCloud. I will be releasing an EP very soon. It's been delayed because a lot of shit has just been in the way. So yeah. So yeah, as you can imagine, this new Meg Thee Stallion project, good news, is a hot mess. And what do you mean by good news, Meg Thee Stallion? What good news do you have to fucking bring other than the fact that this is your fucking debut? And but whatever. Like, this isn't even good news at all. It's bad news. Bad news that you're just gonna keep everything, just suppressed to the fucking limit, to the point where you're gonna have to fucking, I don't even know what the fuck you're gonna do. I mean, she's released a trash ass album that is almost as trash as all the fucking other albums that I had to fucking listen to. Well, not all, as if this month wasn't bad enough. Like, I've heard a lot of trash ass albums that came out in November, but this motherfucking shit is so goddamn reprehensibly bad. And I mean, don't get me wrong, not all the fucking albums that came out this month are horseshit. They're at I don't know, two, I think at most, 2 or 3 that came out this month that are absolutely worth your time. But this album isn't even close to being worth your time. I'll never get those fucking 40 minutes or 50 minutes, however long this fucking horseshit album was. I'll never get those fucking minutes back, because this album was fucking trash. First off, I'm gonna go over the lyrics. It's nothing but a bunch of basic bitch-ass type of lyrics, promoting prostitution type of lyrics. It's literally auditory prostitution at fucking worst. This album is all over the place lyrically. It's ridiculous. For instance, we open up for the first track called Shots Fired, which I will say, as a standalone track, it's decent, but after my first listen, I realized that this was supposed to be a Tory Lanez diss track, because as you may know, in July of this year, Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion kind of, got caught up in an incident where there was an incident, I can't even fucking talk, an incident where Meg Thee Stallion supposedly got shot in the foot, and she blamed it all on Tory Lanez, which is kind of, a little bullshit, considering that there's actually no, groundbreaking, evidence released to the public that he actually did shoot her. Where's the fucking, where's the evidence? Okay, I don't even know. He could have fucking shot her for all I know, but we just don't know yet. We don't even know. And secondly, the diss was so fucking weak. Meg Thee Stallion's technical skill is just all over the place. It's fucking bad. She can't flow. Yeah, she kind of has an okay flow from the first half, but the second track, it's just so fucking basic. It's so basic to the point where I could have done that when I was I don't know, 12, 13, maybe when I started getting into hip-hop, but whatever, that's a whole different topic for another video. But anyway, this whole fucking song is so goddamn weak that it doesn't even have as much weight on Tory Lanez, considering that Tory Lanez's album that he released earlier as almost an apologetic album was way better. It's more sincere. He's actually telling the truth. Sonically, it's more superior. Lyrically, it's more superior. And flow-wise, Tory Lanez can flow his ass off, and I don't even like the way Tory flows sometimes. But Tory Lanez is dope. Anyone like Tory Lanez, like this is a massive side note and a very well, it's not even considered a hot take because this is 100% facts, and the casuals won't even with bad taste. The casuals with bad taste won't even fucking know this, but basically Tory Lanez is basically Drake for like Drake is pretty much Tory Lanez for casuals. That's what I was trying to say. Drake is Tory Lanez for casuals because anything that Drake can do, Tory Lanez can do it way better. But again, that's a whole different topic for another video. But back to the album. What else? In terms of technical skill, lyrically, it's all over the place. Just a bunch of fucking basic rhymes, similes, and metaphors type of lyrics. A bunch of fucking, auditory prostitution type of lyrics, simple ass flows, where it's basically following the rhythm of the hi-hats, which, as like I don't know, getting into rapping, when you're trying to learn how to flow, it's acceptable, but how long has Meg been rapping for? 3+ years now? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, yeah, she burst into the fucking scene in like 2019 with that Overrated as All Fuck Fever album, and then proceeded to release a fucking Overrated as All Fuck garbage ass EP earlier this year. I think after that fucking contract dispute on 300 Entertainment or her other record label, which I can't remember the fucking name for the life of me. And now she releases this garbage ass album in response to all the fucking so-called hate, which in reality it's probably just a bunch of fucking people telling you that you suck at rapping and you should probably just I don't know. I don't even know what to fucking say about this album. Like it's just all over the place. Like what else do you want me to say? I guess I can say that the content of each fucking track makes no goddamn sense. In fact, I will say this though. If you fucking listen to the entire fucking album on Spotify, right? You can actually swipe up for every track. It basically explains what the track is all about or the concept of the track. And I'm just going to tell you right now, apart from the first track, which is basically giving her side of the things based on the incident with her and Tory Lanez, all of those are complete fucking lies. They're just out the ass. Like, for instance, one of the fucking tracks with DaBaby, who sucks ass, by the way, he's terrible. I've already reviewed his garbage ass Blame It On Baby album, which is without question one of the worst albums of the year. And that's saying something because, he just, I don't know, man, he sucks. But yeah, a fucking track with DaBaby, and there's literally a fucking, the message says, oh yeah, DaBaby and I have great chemistry together and we work really well in the stew. That's it. If that doesn't tell you that the content on each song is fucking lazy and just completely out the ass, I don't know what it is that it'll tell you. And speaking of collaborations, a Meg Thee Stallion and DaBaby collab, that shit has been done to fucking death. We've heard it way too many times. Hell, they were on the fucking Cypher together on the XXL freshman class in 2019. But yeah, I briefly talked about Meg Thee Stallion and DaBaby on excuse me, on one of my latest videos called Top 10 Overrated Garbage Rappers of 2020. And it's true. I mean, what else do you want me to fucking say about them? I will say this, though. The production, more specifically the beats, some of them, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm kind of torn for once. Some of them are tolerable at best and completely horrid at worst. I'm not even kidding when I say that some of these sound like SoundCloud type beats, and the other ones, they're just ripping samples from like the fucking 80s and early 90s. Like, for instance, the first fucking track, I mean, don't get me wrong, at least it makes sense. The instrumental samples Who Shot Ya by Notorious B.I.G., which was originally a diss to Tupac. And let me say, for a diss track aiming towards Tory Lanez, who was a far superior rapper compared to Meg Thee Stallion, lyrically and flow-wise, that takes massive balls to do it. Sampling a classic diss track from like the golden age of hip hop, which was like the early to mid late 90s and early 2000s. And oh my fucking god, bro. That shit wowed me at first, but then I looked deep into the lyrics. It's nothing but a bunch of fucking basic rhymes. And to top it all off, there's one track on here called Girls in the Hood, which is completely fucking just fleshed out. Like the fucking sample, which rips off another classic fucking hip hop track by Eazy-E called Boys in the Hood. And like, what was the fucking brainstorming session for this? Like, what was even the thinking process? What was going through Megan's head? She was like, okay, so I've listened to Boys in the Hood by Eazy-E. What should I name this track that I'm supposedly, in quote unquote, sampling? Oh, I know. Why don't we fucking add, girls in the hood, substitute, girls in instead of boys. Let's go! Girl power, let's go! Turn up hype, bitches. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. But, all honesty, who was actually psyched about that fucking track? And why did it need to be released, like, way earlier before this fucking album? Like, why was it one of the lead singles? You had fucking Savage, which is completely fucking horrid, and anyone who rhymes bad bitch with savage is easily gonna get a fucking 0 and reduction to fucking points in terms of lyricism, because that is a rhyme scheme that has been done to death so many times. But we'll talk about that at some point, like in another video, of course. But yeah, this just, and why the fuck do you need Beyonce? You know what? Fuck this. You know what's wrong with this fucking album? It's goddamn fucking, it's the guest features. Some of them are just way, like I don't know, they've just been, they're the least surprising for me. Whenever I see a DaBaby feature, a Lil Durk feature, a Lil Baby feature, there's even a City Girls feature, which, why? I get it, they're fucking similar, like City Girls and Meg Thee Stallion, like, stay in their own lane and shit because they're the exact fucking same. They're just Nicki Minaj clones with no talent at all. Like, I've said it before. I've said it in the City Girls video that I fucking stated, ripping that City on Lock album, that dumpster fire album to shreds, that there are just way better female rappers out there that desperately need the attention because they're just so creative and just lyrically superior and they have mainstream appeal. But this? Nah. They need to fucking get the fuck out of hip-hop immediately. This shit is ass cheeks. And I'm not talking about the all-natural Meg Thee Stallion ass. I'm talking like Cardi B fake ass, fucking silicone ass implants, like ass. Don't you want to fucking, like what is wrong with you casuals for not even fucking understanding what real quality is? Like, I'm getting sidetracked, but whatever. But yeah, the guest features all suck. DaBaby adds nothing. His delivery is boring. It's horrible. Over a fucking horrible ass beat too. I mean, the beat is just terrible. And then fucking City Girls adds nothing. What else? Lil Durk sucks. All the fucking guest features, even fucking Beyonce. Like, what the fuck is Beyonce doing rapping? Like, I appreciate her for fucking, harmonizing and shit, but she should not fucking rap. Just go back to singing. Like, as much as I respect Beyonce, for being, Jay-Z's wife and shit, but just come on now. So yeah, this album is a straight up 3.9 out of 10, maybe even a 4 out of 10, and I'm being fucking generous because they're like, I'll take 2 songs off of it, and one of them I'm still on the fence because it's a bad diss track. It's a horseshit diss track. It's just, it screams clout chasing. She only had one good bar, I think, about Tory Lanez being on the What's Poppin' remix or something like that, and it was like, What's Poppin'? I was like, okay, that was okay for a diss. Because basically, yeah, he was on the What's Poppin' remix, which also had DaBaby, Lil Wayne, and Jack Harlow and all that shit. But basically, do not fucking waste your time on this trash-ass album. I don't even understand what the hype of it was about. Because as much as I fucking hate all the fucking casuals and shit, I would actually fucking praise them because they even think that this fucking album is trash. But yet again, you see fucking music critics that are completely overrated. You have fucking Anthony Fantano who gave this a fucking 6 out of 10, and I don't even know why. And I mean, that's being completely generous. And Sean C gave this a fucking 4 out of 10, but didn't really go over the fucking points that I did. in this review. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, I swear to God, like I was on the fence of whether or not I should fucking put my thoughts, on in this fucking video or not, because originally I was only trying to fucking be like, yo, okay, I'm not going to fucking release this video because, obviously everyone's ripping it to shreds. Yeah, I still see an incredible amount of praise. It's like, yo, I don't get it. But yeah, man, that was my fucking album review. Good News by Meg Thee Stallion is a hot mess, complete garbage. Do not waste your time. Shout out to the real hip hop motherfuckers out there keeping hip hop alive. And yeah, that's all I have. Good News by Meg Thee Stallion, complete garbage.